Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio. I'm the Captain Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
Nico DLG.
You're listening to us on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Sister stations.
And worldwide at
IRLoneStar.com.
Don't forget, you can catch us at nerdthugradio.com or facebook.com/nerdthugradio.
That's true. You're right.
Twitter at nerdthugradio.
That's true, too.
At Corey DLG.
That's correct.
At Joey_Slapshot.
No, that's wrong.
And you can subscribe to us on the iTunes. Leave us a review. It'd be great. We'd appreciate it.
Unless you don't like us, in which case, don't.
And then go to
don't leave us a
YouTube.
review.
And on YouTube, you can also subscribe to us. That'd be awesome. But we had a great show so far.
Have we?
It's been a steamrolling, man.
It has been. It's been good. It's been
Bacon
good.
King. Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we are
Arby's.
halfway through the show, which means we are at the weekly top 3.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom,
I'm already
boom.
making fun of that.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right, here we go.
Boom, boom, boom.
Nerd Thug Radio. Here we go. All in one take. We're just doing this while I go ahead and flow. In the land of the remakes, give us a second take. That's what we're doing this time. We're doing movies. Movies that we would like to remake. We're doing, if we're directing, what will we do? Nico, I got questions. You got answers? Good, because we're doing this on the fly. I got nothing. That was my worst one, but it had a good line in it.
Yeah, it was great. I liked it. So, Corey DLG, I wanted to do favorite Cajuns. You vetoed me, and so
Yeah, because it was stupid.
it would have been funny. Remember when he says all my weekly 3 ideas are stupid, and then they're like the super funny ones?
Right.
No, because I think I've had the best ones.
Movies that should be musicals.
Oh, that one's the best one.
Okay, that was y'all like that one.
That one was
All right,
gold.
All right, so what do we
But
got
I
going
did food. Food was me.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
So what you got going on this week? What's the flavor?
So what we were doing this week is in honor of the Tom Cruise Mummy movie.
The Money movie.
Money movie, not exactly. In honor of the Tom Cruise movie, The Mummy remake, coming out to DVD. You can now go in Walmart and not purchase it. Just walk right by it.
Just walk by it, say later. Go watch the other one
Although
with
I
Brendan
did
Fraser.
hear it wound up actually making money internationally.
Right, it did good internationally.
But domestically, not so much. So what that means is for any other monster movies that they're going to do in this universe, they're just going to have to
It's the
film a
monster
little bit
mush.
more in China, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But basically,
Gojira!
what movies would we remake completely differently if we were in charge of them?
All right.
My list is explosive.
Is it?
Explosive.
I see you got one from last week on there.
Explosive.
Okay, so we're not going to cross over here. We're not going to cross streams.
All right.
Nico, do you have anything?
Yeah, I got some.
All right, so Nico wants you first of us go worst. Go ahead and start.
Green Lantern.
That's a good one.
That is a fair one.
That would have been an honorable mention of mine. I think we've talked about what we would do. The only reason I didn't do Green Lantern, I just cut myself off, is we've talked about it numerous times.
How bad it was. Right.
And what we would do differently.
And everyone's kind of casually mentions how bad it is. Even Ryan Reynolds, although he's like, I can't say a bad thing about it because I met my wife and the mother of my children viewing that movie.
Right.
And that would be the one thing I would say is that you
he-
have to keep Blake Lively.
But then he makes fun of it
Right. Because it's
in
such a-
Deadpool.
Don't make
Right.
the suit green.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't CGI the suit.
So I know.
What would you change?
Yeah, I know in past episodes we've talked about what we would change. What would you change about?
First, about the design, I just want it to be just like a regular superhero suit, not that weird skin thing. That was kind of creepy.
It was. It
really
was.
unsettling.
It was ahead of its time. That's his problem.
No, I don't think it was ahead of its time. I think it was just awful.
Right. No, it was ahead. Like if Green Lantern had never happened then, and they did it now, the way technology is, it'd be the James Cameron effect.
No.
I think
because Avatar came out before it. Or
No. What he's saying is like now technology is better, and so the movie would work now.
Right.
Well, no, the script was awful. But
Right, that's
I
the
don't
other
think
problem.
like the CGI stuff would have looked
No,
as terrible.
I don't think the CGI stuff looked bad. I think the CGI had an interesting effect. The effect kind of matched the Ring, where it had that kind of weird, shaded, faded look to it.
Yeah.
But the problem, like the suit was bad. The suit was bad.
It was super bad. Not Jonah Hill.
No, not. And also the story just wasn't good.
Right.
What would you do different? What would be the Nico Green Lantern movie?
I think you could honestly do something similar where it's just Albin Sur passing down the ring to Hal Jordan. But I mean, like, I don't know. It just seems like they jumped to like a villain like Parallax like super early.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
It was a crappy Parallax. Too.
Right, yeah.
Right,
Some
and Parallax
scary
being-
ghost fog.
In the comic books, Parallax is a really big deal because he's like.
An entity of fear.
Right, he's like the thing that powers the entire. So in the comic books, there is a whole group of yellow lanterns, a whole army of them, and their rings are powered by Parallax,
Led by Sinestro.
So in theory, he should be a really big deal,
Right.
Right.
And instead,
Yeah.
He's
Ryan
a
Reynolds
one-off.
shot him into the sun with a rocket.
Right. So,
They
I mean,
By the way,
just-
isn't that how Superman solves all of his problems in the movies?
They should have
Right.
just left Parallax out of it and
Right.
just focused on Sinestro.
They could have,
Right.
yeah, it's like they could have had like a fight. Like Sinestro chooses to have like a world die or something, and Ryan Reynolds like, we have to save these people, and they fight over it, and he beats Sinestro, and Sinestro's exiled from the Corps, and then he finds the yellow ring, and he's like, they will fear me,
Dun, dun, dun,
and
dun.
then that's the
and they, can
cliffhanger.
and they can have a confrontation, but it'd be a small one.
Right.
Or,
Yeah. And then you build up to a scary Sinestro Corps, like some side villains from the first movie get yellow rings in the second movie or something.
Right. Something that builds up rather than here's Parallax. It's like if they started with Thanos.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. What if
Good connection.
Avengers 1 Thanos go? Like, yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right about that. Also, I just feel like there were too many. They went too far too fast.
Right.
Too many Green Lanterns. Too many.
Right.
Did you like my Green Lantern connection there? I said Superbad, not the Jonah Hill, who voiced Green Lantern in the Lego movie. I'm so good at this game.
I'm good at this game.
I'm gonna move on.
All right, Corey, what's your number 3?
All right, so my number 3. We like this movie, but I would have done something different.
Okay.
Waterworld.
We talked about it 2 weeks ago.
Right. And it's one of my
Or
favorite.
last week.
A
Water
couple
movie.
weeks. Yeah. It was
Water
one of my
stuff.
favorite water movies.
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. It
Or
was one
3
of my
weeks.
I don't really care. It was one of my favorite.
I just want to keep cutting you off.
It was one of my favorite water movies, but I would have done a whole different thing with that idea. I would have,
Would you have kept Dennis Hopper?
yeah, because I think he was a fun villain.
Right.
But instead of it being about oil at that point and like this old rusted, coraled out tanker, like
Right.
it felt very kind of unbelievable that he managed to keep this whole fleet running this whole time. But now they're on fumes. It's like really like these people are building boats out of debris for like they have trading posts. No one's even
Right.
seen dry land in generations. Like I don't really believe that this boat would have made it that long.
Would it have been better if it was more like barbaric almost?
Yeah, like if at this point we're on like plastic sailboats,
Right.
and things like that, and we've completely moved away from
Like there's no technology, like no
well,
no gas power.
but
or
if there,
anything.
no gas power, like if there is, it's like a guy who found like 3 solar panels somewhere,
Right.
right? Like so, like the wizard dude could build a blimp and some solar panel stuff,
Cool.
and like a little
dig
GPS like finds an island or
Right,
something.
I could dig that.
And I'm okay with the mer guy part. Like it wasn't. That part wasn't too weird that he's a mutant. Like it makes
Yeah.
sense that people would start to evolve back to water at
Right,
some
right.
point.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But if we've gone so far that now people are growing gills, then a giant oil tanker would be dead.
Yeah.
Like that's you can't have both in the same movie.
Did you, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it, but was there even like sharks or whales or any of those things? Or are they all
There
dead?
was like a weird superfish because he
Yeah, that's
he
right.
baits himself.
Right.
He gets eaten. He kills it from the inside,
Okay.
and then they feast
Yeah.
on it.
I remember that part.
Which, by the way, it seems like that's how you would always solve your food problem,
right.
right? Like you could never go hungry on the ocean because you could just fish for giant things that don't eat you, right?
Right. I don't
Like
know.
why didn't it swallow him? What?
I don't get it.
What happened?
Yeah. What? I have questions.
We like the movie, but
Yeah,
you have done it
I
better.
would have improved the movie.
Right.
So that's my number 3.
So my number 3 is a movie that might be dear to your heart, the Corey DLG,
Oh, okay.
but I think there's a lot of potential here.
Okay.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, it's a popcorn flick. I like it and hate it at the same time.
Right. But I think now if they went back, I mean, they're trying to do this monster universe type deal. And that's kind of where this fits in with Dr.
Right.
Jekyll, Hyde, the Invisible Man, all this stuff. It's basically like,
You're right.
right? Like
yeah.
they could do it now, but go out and get actors that no one knows. Like that's kind of the new mantra. Like
Right.
you don't go out and get big names and pay them big money.
You build.
You build small and make them into stars.
Well, yeah. Well, see, in the movie, people are doing the exact opposite with their monsters, right? It's Javier Bardem. It's
Yeah,
Johnny
they're going.
Depp.
They're going to
it's-
get the big guys. Like,
Right. Right.
Get some lesser known people. Spend more money on the actual setting and the technology and the filming of it.
Do they have a vampire in all these?
In
Have you?
what?
Do they have a Dracula in any of these
I
monster
think
movies?
they're leading towards it, but I don't know if they've named it.
Like, how is that
I
not one of the?
thought that was part of the Dracula Untold movie.
No.
No, but I mean, aren't the monster movies all together? So, like, because they've got a
They're supposed
werewolf,
to be
and they
in-
got an Invisible Man,
they're
and they've
supposed
got a
to be
Black
in-
Lagoon and a mummy.
They're supposed to be in I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. with
Waiting
that
for
guy.
the Monster Avengers to come out.
That's what they were building towards. That's
Right.
And this company was going to be like the middle. Russell Crowe was supposed to be Jekyll and Hyde,
Right.
Yeah.
and he was in the Mummy.
Yeah,
So,
he was
like,
in the Mummy. He's
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll.
But take League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I mean, you could go two ways with this. I've flip flop back and forth.
Would you make it modern?
You can either go like dark,
Okay.
or you could even give it like a very comedic twist, and like almost make it like slapstick funny.
Okay.
Like kind of like poke fun at the genre.
Yeah.
Ish.
You could because you're right because these were literary works of art, right?
Right.
Because if you really think about it, Frankenstein, and
Jekyll.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. These are literary things
Right.
that you study when you're growing up.
Right.
And then you could be like, and now they're popcorn movies, and you could really kind of
Right. You could very much
Right.
make it like
tongue in cheek and very
Yeah.
yes, I agree with you on that. 100%.
a very rated R, like
Superstar.
yeah, that would work too. Edge. Yeah, tongue in cheek and just like let Seth Rogen do it. Let Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg make it. It would be great.
That would be a really
Starring
good
James
movie.
Franco.
That would be a really good movie.
Starring James Franco, my favorite.
Ugh, make him the Invisible Man.
Yeah, right. No, right. So all you hear is his voice because you know his voice.
So that made it just 10 times
Right.
worse when you suggested that. Like
That's
I was
even
just happy
better.
not seeing him, but now I hear
Just
him the
his
whole
voice.
time. Oh
so
god.
like he's in the movie, but you don't see him. And then you bring his
so
brother in
terrible.
there to be like somebody else too.
Right.
Oh man, it'd be so good. And then Jonah Hill could be like Frankenstein,
He'd be the monster.
the monster.
He'd be the monster.
the monster. So yeah, man, I really think there's some good ways you could go with that movie. But we're up against a break. I don't think we can really get to anything else because we're right here.
Playing around too much.
But we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we'll get into the twos and ones of our top 3. You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio.
Hashtag talking nerdy to you.